CIGTV News Update. I'm Donna Bush. Thanks for joining us. A bill was gazetted last Friday for revision to the Health Services Authority law. Now, the revision seeks to increase membership of the Health Services Authority Board of Directors from 7 to 11 directors. These include the new appointments of Chief Officer of the Ministry of Health and the Chief Officer of the Ministry of Finance, both of which are ex officio members or positions, as well as the HSA's Chief Executive Officer and the HSA's Medical Director. 7 other directors will still be appointed by Cabinet after demonstrating substantial knowledge and experience in specified areas, which will now include healthcare. Health Counselor MLA Roy McTaggart explains why the changes are being suggested.
Amendments to the HSA law are very simple in that we are amending the law to require additional appointments to the Board of Directors. The board will therefore comprise of 11 members, and the additional 4 that are being added are one for the CEO and the Medical Officer of Health. But they are what we would call ex officio and non-voting members of the board. And then we're also adding the Chief Officer from the Ministry of Health and the Chief Officer of the Ministry of Finance, which would be voting positions, primarily to improve the connection and interaction of the ministry with the Health Services Authority and allow the ministry to exercise some oversight over the operations of the Health Services Authority. And secondly, the major reason for adding the Minister of Finance, or not the Minister, but the Chief Officer of Finance, is to ensure keeping oversight on the finances of the entity, simply because they consume the largest portion of government's budget and every year. And so it's extremely important that the ministry maintains some oversight of those funds and how they are used and spent.
Meantime, the revision of the law will go before the Legislative Assembly next month. And speaking of bills, the Legal Practitioners Bill was gazetted recently, and Financial Services Minister, the Honourable Wayne Panton, is calling it an immense improvement that promotes and protects the interest of Caymanian lawyers while also addressing international compliance standards. He says the bill has taken the better part of 15 years to accomplish. I thank and congratulate both the Caymanian Bar Association and the Cayman Islands Law Society for their stellar efforts in helping the important legislation to come closer to passage than ever before. Minister Panton explained that the regulation of lawyers who practice Cayman law is vital to our country's reputation and ultimately our economic success. The current 16-page law that regulates legal practitioners was enacted originally back in 1969. Things have changed significantly since then, he noted. Meantime, Premier the Honourable Alden McLaughlin said the bill has been an issue since he was president of the Caymanian Bar Association in 1999. At least 4 government administrations have tackled this legislation, said Mr. McLaughlin. I know that the failure to pass this legislation has been damaging to us, not only as a jurisdiction, but also to the interest of Caymanian lawyers. I'm therefore delighted that we will be able to present the bill to the Legislative Assembly at the upcoming meeting. The bill will be debated during the October session of the Legislative Assembly. Finally, Cheyenne Palmer claimed the top spot for the Deputy Governor's Award Program for being most helpful back in July. Mrs. Palmer is a credit and debit administrator in the Treasury Department. She's enjoyed a stellar career in the civil service since her start back in 1987 and has been promoted regularly ever since. Financial Secretary Mr. Kenneth Jefferson admires her work ethic and her consistency, saying she's always willing to tackle any task assigned without complaining or hesitating, and takes every challenge as an opportunity to learn and grow personally, he said. Deputy Governor Mr. Franz Manderson thanked Ms. Palmer for her excellent service while ensuring financial integrity and public confidence. We say congratulations to civil servant Cheyenne Palmer. Well, if you missed today's news update, you can get all the details on our Facebook page as well as our YouTube channel. I'm Donna Bush, as always, wishing you a wonderful night, thanking you for joining me, and hoping you'll do the same again tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye for now.